Welcome back, you guys. So you know how I've been telling you that my favorite palette of the year so far has been the Bella Beauty Bar Poison Garden. Well, guess what? We have a new contestant, and it's from Unearthly Cosmetics. We have the Just a Taste palette. It is so freaking beautiful. I cannot wait to show you guys the 3 looks that I've done, the swatches, give you my thoughts, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. So let's go ahead and get started. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if there's one thing you need to know about me, I'm obsessed with makeup, especially indie brands and eyeshadow palettes. I love color. I love bold, beautiful looks, smoky, grungy looks, all the fun things. So if you guys love those things too, I really hope you will subscribe. And if you do, please don't forget to click the little bell so you can be notified of all my future uploads, because we got some good stuff coming up. There's another release coming soon that's really good. You guys are going to be blown away. But today, this video is about this release. So I've really been loving these 18 pan palettes, and honestly, out of the ones I have so far, I think this one is one of my favorites. I also just got this palette, the Not Normal. It's so freaking good. So I don't know if it's gonna be this one that's a favorite or this one, because honestly I think I might love them both equally. I actually have not played with Not Normal yet, but I'm going to soon, and there's going to be a surprise at the end of that video, so stay tuned. But look at this. It's so beautiful. I cannot wait to dig in. But anyways, I don't have any information on this release just yet. I will update my description box as soon as I find everything out, but I will have this link down below if you guys are interested, along with all of the products I use in all 3 looks. But I also got this in PR, and I'm so freaking grateful. I love Unearthly Cosmetics, and thank you to you guys, because if you did not use my code, I wouldn't be getting it in PR. So thank you. I am so excited. I feel so honored. So if you guys do plan on picking this up, my code is AOML, and it will save you 10%. Like I said, this palette is so gorgeous. I'm really enjoying the bigger palettes. I love the 12 pans as well, but I'm glad she's adding more of these to the collection too. They're really fun. I just love this color story. You do have some bright pops in here, but it's very fall vibes, and I love the cool with the warm. It's just such a good time. I just can't wait. I can't wait to show you guys all the looks I created, but hopefully you enjoyed the swatches and stuff. But let's go ahead and move on to look number 1. I don't know what this was about, don't ask. And don't look at that. I burnt my wrist on the stove and it hurt really bad. I'm so freaking excited about this palette. It's actually 7 o'clock at night, but I could not refrain from creating a look with it. I think it's so beautiful. I don't know how I got lipstick up there, but I'm so excited. I have a ton of Unearthly products on my face today as well. This lip color I'm wearing is in the shade Danielle. They have my favorite liquid lip formula. I love the satins and the mattes. The satins are the ones I'm most familiar with. She just started coming out with the mattes, which I also love a whole lot. You'll probably see me wear one of them in this video, but the satin formula is one of my favorite lip formulas. It's the most long lasting, but it's so comfortable. It's not drying. It's perfect. I love them. But enough about that. We gotta get into this palette. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I know I'm probably gonna start the whole video out this way, but I really thought that a color story would not top the Poison Garden palette, but this color story is my favorite of the year. It's so freaking good. I'm so excited. There's so many looks I want to do with this too. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm actually trying out some new stuff too that I got from Sephora. Right now I have on the One Size Turn Up the Base Full Beat Liquid Foundation. I bought this on recommendation from Angelica Nikavist, and I really love the way it looks. I also picked up this KOSAS Cloud Set powder in the shade Breezy from a recommendation from Jessica Braun. I love her. She's so kind and sweet. But I want to take this powder and I want to set my inner corner. You know what? The hell with it. We'll just set the whole eye. And I'll go ahead and set this one as well, because I want to do a really bright color in the inner corner. And I may have to use like a white translucent powder as well to lighten it enough to work it as an inner corner shade. But I'm going to do my best. Also, highly recommend the Unearthly Velour Puffs. I love them. But to start this out, I want to go in with the shade Bite Me. I love how vibrant and just freaking beautiful this shade is. And I can't wait to have it on the face. Look at that. It's so, packs a punch. Look at that. I barely tapped it. I keep saying look at that, but I'm so excited about this release, guys. Did you see how freaking far that went? I'm going to have to switch brushes. That way I can really blend this out. I'm going to switch on over to the Unearthly Cosmetics A5. And just use this to blend this out. And for that to be like such a very pigmented formula, that's pretty good. I see like little fuzzies flying all around. This is why my voice is not getting better, because the allergies are in full swing. It's even worse at night. And I've been editing in the mornings and filming at night, so maybe I need to switch that around, because I'm tired of my videos sounding so raspy. I'm going to go in with my shader brush from Glamlight, and I want to go into this shade, Vampire's Lair. God, that shade right there is so pretty. The shifts and these shimmers are just so outstanding. But I want to work this shade out here, and I'm going to bring it in. I didn't mean for that red to come over that far, but it just kept going and going and going. I'm going to switch on over to that 8-5 brush again from Unearthly. And I just want to blend this out. Oh, I'm really excited for that new Blend Bunny collab too. I love Lynn's makeup. I think she's awesome. And I always love her makeup looks. I think she does such a great job. But I'm just slowly building this up and trying to blend it out. I love this lip color. One thing I love so much about Unearthly is their shadows deepen up on themselves. Like, you can keep layering them and building them up. I love that. That's not how it is with every brand, and I love that they have that. They have one of my top favorite matte formulas, and I'm in love with their shimmer formula too. So they're just an all-around favorite for me. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same exact thing on the lower lash line, and I'll be right back. I love this, but I want to take this little 8-5. I love this little brush, and I want to go into more of the red. It's called Bite Me, which I love. I love a vampire theme so freaking much. But I just wanted to build this up. I love this combo. It's not something I've ever tried before, which is one of the things I love so much about Unearthly. They take you out of the box. You know what lip product would be really pretty with this? Gnarly. And I might switch. I'm so happy that they brought that back as a standalone product that you can buy like on its own. It was a part of the summer mystery box. But it's one of my favorite lip products from them. And I could never link it and I always felt so bad, so it made me stop using it as much in videos, but it's one of my top favorites ever. So now I want to take this little brush from Singe Beauty, and I want to go into this shade right here called Bear Bite. And I just want to put a little bit of this here in the inner corner. I was hoping it would brighten up a little, but it's too deep for my very fair skin. But it will still look really pretty once I put like some type of shimmer or something over it. It will still give it that base, which I like that. I want to go into Veins of Velvet, and I'm going to start working that in with this little shader brush from Glamlite, well, the big shader brush. And I just want to work this here in the outer corner and in the crease. I'm probably going to deepen it up as well with something else too. I just want to play with them all. Oh, I'm so in love. And I love a fiery look. They make me so freaking happy. So I'm just going to keep on building this up. I'm actually going to move over to this 8-5 again. And I'll use this to build this up. This brush is really cool because it's really detailed, so you can really get into that socket. But it's like almost flat as well, so you could like wing it out. Really direct the shape. I mean, direct the color exactly where you want it. I'm going to use that same little brush and just deepen up this lower lash line as well, especially out here. Okay, now I'm going to use that same tiny brush, and I want to go into this really deep shade here called Nocturnal Kiss. Oh, these are so pretty. The purple and greens. Oh, I want to do that next. We have to. That's gorgeous. The Wicked Woods with Eternal Slumber. That's going to be really pretty. I need to write that down so I don't forget that tomorrow. I think it's so freaking pretty. And these like fiery warm tones look so good with blue and green eyes. I love them so much. So I've been testing out this shimmer stay from Bella Beauty Bar. So I'm going to use it for this eye, and then off camera I'll use the Unearthly one. That's why you'll be seeing two of these linked down below, because I'm trying to compare it with all of my favorites to really gather my thoughts on the product. But I'm going to just swatch some of this in the back of my hand, and then we're going to get into the shimmers. So I'm going to use this 8-9 to just apply this. And it's really, I like how liquidy this one is, because you can like cut your crease almost very precisely. And so far I'm loving the product. It's kind of difficult because honestly, there's so many shimmers I could use for this look, but I gotta narrow it down. So I'm gonna start with this one, Dark Seduction. This is really, really pretty. It's like this shade, but it has a little bit of this brown base, and it looks like I can see a little bit of that green in there too. It's really pretty. But I just want to apply this right here next to this deeper matte, and I'll have to like go back in with the mattes in just a moment to really blend those out. But that shade is so pretty. The sheen to it is very subtle, which makes it work as one of these shades very, very well. I'm going to put just a teeny bit of Crimson Thirst. This shade is really pretty too. I just love the way that looks. But I want to put this up against this shade, and I'll kind of tap over the edges of that deeper one to help blend those two together. But I really wanted that pop of red on the lid. But where I'm stuck is between these two. So this is the shade Immortal Flame, and it's so pretty. pull up my sleeves. I have like swatches still on my arm, so overlook that. I swear I took a bath. But it's so pretty. It has like a really pretty red flip, kind of orange as well, like that orange shade we used out in the outer corner. But this shade, Mortal Dusk, is so pretty. Oh, it's pretty. It'll be pretty with these. It would be pretty with the purples as well. I don't know. You know what? The hell with it. You only live once. I'm going to put them both on the lid. I can't help myself. I need to add a little bit more of this red though. It's just such a gorgeous shade. Their shimmers are like so smooth and thin. They feel like silk. I love them. So now we're going to go in with the shade Immortal Flame. It also has like a green shift. It's a gorgeous shade. It would be also a Vampire's Lair with Wicked Woods. And this on the lid would be gorgeous as well. Okay, so my camera battery died and I had to switch it out. So I just went ahead and finished the other eye, like got it caught up off camera. And now we're going to finish it together. And I changed out my lip combo. I put on Gnarly. I feel like it looks so much better with this look. Actually, hold on, I want more blush. But I want more blush too. I was just on the phone with my mom and I noticed that my face looked a little pale. I haven't used this in forever and this is one of my absolute favorites. I just have been trying new stuff this year, but it's the Benefit blush in the shade Butterfly. It's so pretty. That looks a lot better. I feel like I needed a little life added back to the face. Okay, so now I want to finish up this look. So the next shade I want to go in with is, let's see, we're going to do Mortal Dusk. I really went back and forth on this because I love this one as well. But I wanted something a little more different. And that's like kind of ties in with the look. I like a surprise pop, which I'm actually not doing in this one. I don't think. That green, no. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with that one. That shade is really pretty. I'm so excited. So I asked Amanda, like, from Unearthly, like, when she planned on releasing this. And she said not till, like, the 21st. So I should be able to do a lot of looks with this, hopefully. Which is really exciting because I really want to. Okay, so I'm going to use my finger. Look at that. And plop this on the lid. That shade is so pretty. Why am I blurry? That shade is so pretty though. I love that. And I like the contrast it adds to this look. That's so stunning. Might as well go ahead and add it to the other side as well. Usually, you guys know, I don't usually do both eyes on camera because it makes the videos longer, I feel like. But if you would like me to start doing them both on camera, I can try to like work it in and, you know, figure out a new way to do the looks as I'm filming. I'm up for any ideas or changes. So I'm going to use this tapered brush from Singe Beauty. And I'm just going to put this here. So I got some really good news just a little bit ago. And by the time this video goes up, the plan should be set in stone. So if something happens and it doesn't follow through like I'm hoping it will, I can just delete this off the video. But I just got invited by one of my friends to be their +1 for a holiday party that Samantha March is doing, you know, the Creator and Friends events in Vegas. And it's in like 3.5 weeks. And I'm so freaking excited. I think I'm gonna go. I'm like so nervous, but oh my God, I can't imagine how wonderful it will be to meet everyone. And me and her, I have actually never met in person. So I'm really excited about that too. It's going to be so fun. I can't believe it. Like 2 freaking trips when I've never been anywhere in my whole life. Like I was born in Ohio. I lived in West Virginia and Kentucky for a small time period. Well, West Virginia, I moved to West Virginia when I was 12, and I lived there until, like, on and off until I was like 30, I think. I can't even remember. So I lived there like half my life. I hated it too, at least the part where we lived. But the only places I've ever been is North and South Carolina, Tennessee, and I've seen Pennsylvania when I was young, but that's it. So like, this is so crazy for me, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to meet everybody. I can't wait to meet her. It's actually Christina from Gourmand Girls. We have one of my friends here on YouTube introduced me to her, and we have quickly became fast friends. She is so sweet. I love her so much, so I'm so excited. But look at this look. I mean, I'm rhyming over here. What do you guys think? I think it's so freaking beautiful. This palette is so stunning. I can't wait to play more with it. So I actually bought 3 liners in my Sephora order too. And I want to try this one. It's from KVD. It's the shade Uranium Orange. I'm in search for some new good liners since ColourPop keeps discontinuing all of my favorites. And now I don't have an orange, so I'm really hoping this one will work, but I figured why not try it together. It feels a little tuggy, so I'm a little nervous. You guys won't even be able to see me do it, so I'm going to try it and I'll be right back. Okay, so it does look pretty good. It is kind of tuggy though, and you kind of have to do a couple layers, and you have to move fast because if you try to layer after it's like set, it will pull the product up that you already have there. So I just wanted to let you guys know. I am back with the finished look, and I love how it turned out so much. I am having so much fun with this palette. I can't wait to play with it more. Listen, I looked for 20 minutes for these lash applicator tweezers. So I opened up a pack of lashes I bought that are like the ones you glue under, just so I could take these out, and they were right behind the palette. Raise your hand if that happens to you all the time, because it sure does me. But anyways, I cannot wait to play with this some more. I'm having so much fun with it. Like I said, I don't even know what I'm going to do next. There are so many cool looks, like this purple and yellow together would be really pretty. The purple with the green, I don't know. So you guys are going to be finding out right now. I am back for look number 2, and I'm ready to get into it. It's actually like midnight because I already filmed look number 2, but it's been so long since I filmed look number 1 that I accidentally refilmed the same exact look. So I finally got my brushes cleaned back up, and we're going to get into it. It has been such a long week, you guys, but now I have to decide what I want to do now. Okay, so I'm going to start with the shade here called Wicked Woods, and I'm going to do that on my Sigma E27. Let me pat this concealer out. That's why the rim of my eyes are so red, because I was getting ready to put mascara on, and something told me to look at my SD card and see what I filmed. Well, actually, I was picking out the liner, and I was like, didn't I use that orange one in the last look? And I was like, wait a minute, no you didn't. And then I went and looked, and I'd already filmed that same look. I can't believe I did that. But I just went in with my velour poof and tapped the concealer on the inner corner because this is a deeper shade, and I don't want it to take over like the look completely. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this here, and then let me add a little more, and I'm just going to clean the brush off on my Sigma switch. and then I'll blend it out. That way it doesn't get too deep too fast. I mean, you totally could reverse these colors, but I want the green in the inner corner. Like I said, it's been a few days since I filmed look number 1, and you could see by the new background that I switched all of this out, which is one of the days I decided to take a day off from filming, and I wanted to edit and do this backdrop. And then the next day I'd planned on doing another look, and then I realized my footage was messed up. So like I edited the video, which it's the one you guys saw today, talking about like basically dupe palettes in my collection. And the video is like all jumbled up. There's like hundreds of little clips and they were all mixed up. I don't know how that happened when it was uploading onto YouTube, but I ended up having to re-edit the whole video, which took all day. And then yesterday I had a nail appointment, so I was just gonna upload the video yesterday, but then a bunch of stuff happened, so my nail appointment was at 1. So I was just like, I'll just go to my nail appointment, and when I get home, I'll upload the video. It'll just be late. Now I'm going in to Forbidden Embrace on this Glam Light brush. But I got done with my nail appointment, which I love them. They're so cute. And I decided to stop at a store that's like real close to my house. And it's kind of like uphill, and then it's like sits up on a platform. Well, we were inside checking out, and this lady comes in and asks what color car we have and what kind of car we had, and we told her, and she said, "Your car just hit me." And I was like, "What?" And I go out there, and my car rolled backwards, which I don't think it did, because the seat was like pushed all the way back, and I have to drive with the seat up close. But that's a whole thing. Like, the police are looking at the security footage and stuff. But the car had rolled backwards and then turned the sharpest turn and backed into this lady, and luckily everyone was fine. Nobody was hurt at all, but it backed into her and then pushed her into the back of a Dodge Ram, so her car got compacted. Like, it was so bad. My car, like, it popped the bumper off, but it didn't even really mess it up, and it didn't mess his up at all, although by the time the police were getting ready to leave, he decided his back hurt and he needed to go to the hospital. But his car did not have a scratch on it or anything, so you can imagine what that means. But yeah, that's so scary, and honestly, I'm so in shock over it. I don't know like how that happened. Something is like faulty within my gear shift, and it has to be. We've been having trouble with our keys not coming out of the ignition sometimes, and we had a friend look at our car, and he thinks it's the gear shift isn't going all the way in gear, and maybe it didn't, and that's why the car rolled like that. I don't know. That's just so crazy, and I just don't know how it turned that sharp turn. Needless to say, that is why I did not upload yesterday. It's been such a crazy freaking week. And then I told you guys in one of my last videos that we got some new appliances because our refrigerator went out. And then the appliance, the people who delivered it and were supposed to install it actually couldn't get it in the house. I'm switching over to this large brush from Cinch Beauty. But they couldn't get it in the house, and we had to like take the doors off the side of the house and take it in through another door and all this stuff. Well, we finally got to get that in the house today. I had somebody come over and help me. There's no way I could have done that by myself. That refrigerator was massive. But So that's why I started filming so late tonight. And I ended up not even remembering what look I filmed because it's been such a crazy freaking week. You know how it goes. I mean, it's been a good week too, don't get me wrong. Because you know, I've been planning for my trip to Greece, which is so fun. And then, Christina from Gourmand Girls asked me to be her +1 to go to Vegas. And I bought my ticket and our hotel and stuff yesterday. I'm so excited about that. So now I'm going to use that same brush and go into Eternal Slumber. And I just want to deepen this up out here. I'm so excited about Vegas too. And where I've never been on an airplane or anything, I think this might be good for me to be able to do this little trip first. You know, before I go on that big one, which I've already, the big one's already a sure thing too. But I'm excited. I can't wait. And I can't wait to meet Christina. We're going to have so much fun. And it's a creators and friends Christmas party, which is really cool. I've been watching Samantha, like, you know, post her vlogs of those events and other creators that go to them. So it's such a, like, so awesome to be able to go to one of them. A dream come true, really. I'm excited to meet some of my favorite creators. And I get to go to Vegas. I've never been anywhere. I've been to like Ohio. I was born there. It's where I live now. And I've been to Kentucky, West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Pennsylvania when I was really young. But that's it. I mean, I guess that's still a lot, but I feel like all the exciting, like, states are on the other side of the country. At least exciting for me. I'm wondering, I think I want to take this shade right here, Bear Bite, and put this here and use this to kind of blend out that green shade, and it might even make it look even more green is what I'm thinking. I just cannot believe I filmed. I was getting ready to do liner and mascara. That's how far I got into that look before I realized what I did. I'm losing my mind. Now I want to go in with this little Unearthly brush. It's the 8-5. And I want to go back into Eternal Slumber. And I want to just work this into the outer corner to really help deepen this up and the crease. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same exact thing on the lower lash line, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I want to go into the shade Nocturnal Kiss. And I want to just add a little bit of this to the outer corner. Okay, so I'm probably going to have to fix this lower lash line off camera when I'm doing the other eye, because my eye's watering now. When I, like, that's why I can't do multiple looks in a day, because my eyes start watering really bad, and they just won't let me. And where I had to wipe that other look off, it made them start. But I'm going in with some Unearthly Glimmer Grasp. And just applying this everywhere I want to do shimmers. Now is the question, what do I want to do with this look? You know, there's a big part of me that wants to just do the purples. But I think doing the greens would be really pretty, like on their own on the lid. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start out with this shade here, Vesper Glow. And I just want to add a little bit of this out here. It's like a deep olive shade. It's really pretty. And then I'll do Mossy Grove, or Mossy Grave makes more sense. But this shade is really, really pretty. Oh, it's so reflective too. And I just want to do this here. It's so bright. And then last, I want to do this shade, Moonlit Veil. And I'm going to put this, that one is really bright. I love that. I need to use my brush though, so I don't get it everywhere. And I wonder if this will be, that won't be light enough for inner corner for me. But then for inner corner, I'm just going to use the Fenty highlighter. No, I need more brightness than that. Let me find something. So, I'm going to go in with the shade Dissolve in the Bella Beauty Bar Molten Chromes little palette. I'm so sorry if you guys can hear my dogs. It's been raining here, so they're like really, really hyper because they've not been able to run outside. Girls! And it sounds like they're attacking each other, but they're not. They play really rough. And this is the look. So I'm going to go finish this off camera for the second time. And I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. I am back with the finished look. And I really love how this came together. I just think it turned out so well. The eye look is freaking everything. So for liner, I used the ColourPop liner in the shade Wildcat over top of the Epic Wear liner in the shade Cosmic Yellow from NYX. And I think it went together so well. But this lip is really so freaking good. And it's from Unearthly Cosmetics too. It's in that 5-piece sorcery set in their concept store. And this color is so perfect for this eye look. And I love cool tone lip liners. Well, I do love them too, but lipsticks. And I think Unearthly does it so good. So freaking good. And their formula is so comfortable, so easy to wear, and just so beautiful. But I can't wait to hear what you guys think of this look. I am ready to go to bed. I don't even know where, there's my phone. It's 12:30, so it's time. It's time for me to go to sleep. But be sure to let me know what you guys think of this one down below. But let's go ahead and move on to look number 3. I am back for look number 3, and let's hope I don't, you know, do what I did last time and recreate one of the same looks. That was crazy. I cannot believe I did that. But before we get into the look, I wanted to show you guys, I got the Not Normal palette, and I'm going to be doing some looks with this. I'm going to create a video, and there's going to be a little surprise at the end of that video, so stay tuned. But this palette is so pretty. Oh my god, I love this color story so freaking much. It is so beautiful. Do you see like how shiny and just delicious? I cannot wait to put my fingers in this. This shade right here, Topaz, is so freaking gorgeous. Its base is the shade of Emerald. It's stunning. This is a hollow. I'm excited. I'm going to create some hopefully really good looks with it. But I wanted to show you guys. Let's compare the two as well. Why not? They are completely different, but both are beautiful. I will say out of these palettes, I really loved Spring Magic and the Gargoyle, but out of these like 18 pan palettes, I think these two are my new favorites. I mean, obviously I have not used this one yet, but I am very familiar with their formula. I have no doubt that I'm gonna love it because I really love the color story, and their quality is very consistent. Like, I've never had an issue where, you know, a palette hasn't, what's the word I'm looking for? Seriously. Oh my god, I really can't think of the word. But yeah, consistently good. That's, their quality is very consistent. It always like lives up to, you know, my expectations. I guess that's a good way of putting it, since I cannot find the word that I was looking for. But I'm excited. I want to create another look. So on my lips, I have the Unearthly Liquid Lip in the shade Mandy. I just love how swampy and green this is. It makes me so happy. So as you've probably guessed, I want to dig into the greens. We're going to create a more neutral, it's not going to be soft glam, but we're going to create like a more grungy, swampy, neutral type of look. So to start this look out, I want to use my Sigma E27 and I want to go into Bear Bite. I really loved this shade yesterday. Well, yeah, it was yesterday because I used it when I recreated that same look. I just can't believe I did that. But I want to tuck this shade in right here. I love that color. It's so pretty. After this, I'm going to be starting my declutter series, film a little haul video from the stuff I picked up at the Sephora sale. And I'm excited for that. So, my friend Christina, she's the owner of Gourmand Girls. We've been talking and she mentioned that I should do like a Black Friday indie brand catalog video, like what sales are going to be the best and all of that. And I'm thinking about doing a video like that, but instead of just talking about the sales, I'll talk about like my favorite brands that are having sales and like share some of my favorite products from each brand with you guys. But I would love to know your thoughts on that. I thought it was a good idea, but I want to make sure you guys are interested. So next, I want to dig into the shade Wicked Woods, and I'm going to take this like most of the way in. I want to fade it into that lighter shade. I just love how cool toned these shades are. She creates a color story like nobody's business. Okay, now I'm going to switch over to my large blending brush from Singe Beauty. And I want to blend this out. I'm so excited that I get to meet Angelica. It's such a dream come true. I've always just really loved her stuff. I mean, I've talked about it when I told you guys about the Greece trip, but I'm excited that I get to meet her in Vegas. I'm excited to meet Samantha March. There's a bunch of other creators coming, and I'm excited to see like who's going. Like Christina she gave me a great opportunity, and I'm so excited that I got to meet her through this channel. She's been a very positive person to have in my life, and I appreciate it. You know, my last best friend married my ex, so I have friends like Amanda's friends, and I love them. And, you know, I have friendships with my family members and with, you know, family members I now have through Amanda. So, like, I'm not completely alone, but that whole situation burnt me. And when it comes to my personal life, not meaning you guys, like my personal everyday life, I've completely isolated myself from everyone. So I'm going back into Wicked Woods, and I'm doing it with this small shader brush. I just want to run this under here. But I have isolated myself from everyone because I find it very hard to trust people now. Understandably so. Because it makes you think, like, was it going on, you know, the whole time? Because it's my ex of almost 10 years. And we were all three friends. So, and when we broke up, like, all my friends turned their back on me and pick sides. And I don't believe in asking people to pick sides, or even, you know, especially when you don't get both sides of the story. But the point is, I don't have a lot of friends, so her friendship has been very refreshing and nice. And I'm excited to see where it goes, because we're actually going on 3 trips together. You guys are going to be shocked, because I'm still shocked. I think I'm like so shocked it's not really absorbing. Like, if you missed my other video where I talked about the Greece trip, I've never been like on an airplane or out of the country. Obviously, I've never been on an airplane. Well, I guess you could go by boat too, right? But I've never done anything like that. So the beginning of December, I am going to the Vegas Christmas party that Creators and Friends is doing. Then in March, I'm going with Christina and a couple other people to Turks and Caicos, that's blowing my mind. And then in May, I'm going to Greece on Angelica's trip. Like, I cannot believe that this is my life. It's insane. But I'm just slowly building this up and blending it out. I like to do that because I feel like it's easier, like, it just is easier to create an eye look. I mean, if you don't have time to sit and play with your eyeshadow, then, I mean, go all in. But I do like to do it gradually. I feel like I get the best blend that way. Also, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who's giving me advice, because I know nothing about flying. I know nothing about the airport. I'm like, it's hard. I'm trying to read up on stuff while I'm filming and editing. And, you know, I've worked at a lot of crazy places. Amazon was the hardest job I've ever had, because I did, if you're familiar with Amazon, I worked in stowing, and you know, you gotta work so fast. But that job was like physically hard for me. And I've done a bunch of things. I've worked fast food most of my life. Retail, I liked retail. But this job is easy, like in terms of it doesn't even feel like a job because I love it so much. And I even feel guilty even calling it a job. Like, it shouldn't be. Because of my experiences, you hate your job most of the time. So it feels weird even calling it that. But at the same time, it's very time consuming. And it's a lot of like trial and error, as you guys have seen through my videos, especially recently since I've updated. It's very trial and error. You have to self-teach yourself a lot of stuff. And, you know, you get better as you go kind of thing. Because videos I made 6 months ago that I loved and thought were good, I look back on now and I'm like, dang, those really weren't like that good, because my quality has upped since then, which is amazing. But it's hard because this job is really time consuming. I work most days of the month and I'm only uploading 30 videos. I think once like I get used to the process of creating, I will be a lot better at it, like time-wise. But I also struggle focusing, so I get distracted really easy. Like I said, I think earlier in this video, I'm like Dory off of Finding Nemo. I get distracted and then I waste time. So it makes it hard for me to be able to spend a large amount of time researching. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for giving me all your tips and feedback. You guys are awesome. I printed out a bunch of your guys' comments and put it with like my information about the trip and stuff for things to do, things to think about, because the Turks and Caicos trip is not that far off. So, and you know, I got to try to get it done, and I don't want to not have videos while I'm gone, so I got to pre-film and stuff. I'm excited to start the declutter series. It's one of my favorite videos to do. But what do you guys think about this matte crease? I think it's really pretty. You know, I'm kind of craving an all matte look. I don't want to do it in this one, but I do want to do one very soon. Now I'm just going to build this up a little more, and I'm just using this Glam Light shader brush. I love this. I love this eye look so far. I want to add a little bit of Nocturnal Kiss in the outer part. We're going to deepen just a little. I don't want to overdo it. Hopefully, you know, I don't. You guys know how I get carried away sometimes with these colors. I love a swampy look. So, I am still testing out the Bella Beauty Bar Shimmer Stay. I really love this one so far. It's fantastic. I love the one from Unearthly that I used in the last look. And the one from NYX is a top favorite as well. But I'm just using this E55 brush. I'm so glad I picked up that Betty Jean set from Sigma. I think you can use code BATTYBEAN and save even more on the favorite set. And if you guys are interested, I will link it down below. But I love every single brush that's in that set. If you're someone who likes more small, precise brushes, you will really love that. And Sigma has like some of my top favorite brushes. Their quality is top notch. I like Sigma and Singe, and I just really like this one brush from Glamlight, but Sigma and Singe Beauty are my top faves. You guys, we gotta figure out what I want to do for the shimmers. I know I used greens yesterday. Maybe we should shake things up a little bit. Ooh, that would be cool. No, that's not right. Ooh, yeah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna do these. And I think this is really gonna add something to this look, and that makes me really freaking excited. So now we're gonna start with that shade, the shade Immortal Flame. It is so pretty. Look at that. Like, I don't know if it's gonna pick up on camera very well, but I'm gonna swatch it, and I want it to be opaque, so I'm gonna go over it a few times so you guys can see. Like, it's so silky smooth, but it has a like bright green flip to it. You can kind of see it there. Editing Heather will be really happy if we do. Okay, so I'm not going to start with that shade. I totally lied. I'm going in with Dark Seduction first. And I want to place this here. This is so good. I love that shade. I've used it in a few of the looks. I got a hair or something pointing down in my eye. I do. I have a lash. Okay, fix it. Now I want to go into that shade Immortal Flame. I wish it would pick up better. It's so pretty. And I just want to place this here in the center. It's going to add such a little fun pop. Then I'll pick up some more of that first shade and kind of just tap the two. Who watched Linda from Glitter Fallout's video on the new Bailey Sarian collab? First of all, I don't think I'm going to pick up that collab. I mean, if you guys are really like wanting me to review it, I will, but it's a very unpopular opinion, but I did not like the first one. I love the color story, love the idea, the concept, but my eye's watering where I pulled that lash out. But I had a hard time working with the palette. I mean, it's been a while, so maybe my technique and stuff has changed and I'll feel differently. But I felt like all the looks that I created just looked so similar, and that's why I didn't like it as much as I wanted to. But I watched Linda's video on that collection, and at first I was like, there's no way I'm buying it. But I just put red on that by accident. So just so y'all know, Crimson Thirst. I'm going to go back over it with the other shade though. But her video makes me want it. She did such a freaking good job, and I laughed so freaking hard. She is so funny. I just love her. I would love it if she was coming to the event. Fingers crossed. That would be really cool. I would love to meet her. She's just so funny. I love her whole aesthetic and vibe. She just seems so freaking lovely. So I'm just going to use the E55 for this as well. This is a really pretty shade. I feel like I wish I had something that was a little more yellow. What about Mortal Dusk? Oh. What about Immortal Flame mixed with Immortal Dust? dusk. Yes, those two actually do go well together. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mix Mortal Dusk with Immortal Flame. And those look really pretty together. So I'm going to just wipe this off with my makeup wipe. And I'll go back over it with some glitter glue. And then I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to mix the two. And we're just going to place this here. I might have to like do Immortal Flame first, which is that shade I put here. And then I'll go back in and lighten it. Ooh, let's do some of this down here as well. I really didn't want it to be like this orangey red, but I think I was wrong. I'm glad that it turned out like this because I think that's really cool. Got a little fallout, but I was picking up a whole lot. But now I'm going to pick up that Mortal Dusk. It's so pretty. It looks like it's a hollow. I don't know though, and I can't like look on the site or anything. I don't have any information on this just yet. And then I'm going to take my E27, and I just picked up some of this and with the Wicked Woods. And I just kind of want to buff this with the shimmers to kind of blow it out, so it doesn't look like so choppy. But this is the eye, and I think it turned out really pretty. I love the shimmers on the lid with those greens. I think that was a really good idea. But I need to figure out something for highlight. I think I'm going to use that same shade, Dissolve, from the Bella Beauty Bar Molten Chromes palette that I used yesterday. But I'm going to go finish this up, and I'll be back to show you guys the finished look. I can't wait to hear which one's your favorite, but yeah, I'll be right back. I am back with the finished look, and oh my god, I love the way this turned out. So I switched my lip combo. Well, it's not even a combo. I only have on the shade Kaylina from Unearthly Cosmetics. I love their lipsticks so much. Obviously, I wear two just in this look alone, but I love them. I love this shade. I felt like it went better with the eye look. So for liner, I used the KVD Tattoo Pencil Liner in the shade Uranium Orange. So this, it's better than nothing, and I've been like desperately looking for colorful liners. Everyone seems to have like the same color blue, the same color green, a black, and like 10 browns, and maybe even a like maroon. But as for colorful liners, they are so hard to find, like gel liners. But it gets the job done, but it is very dry and draggy, so you have to go over it a bunch of times. It's very finicky, so I don't recommend, but maybe if you're desperate like me and you just need some colorful liners, it will work. And last, for lashes, I used my Bright Lashes in the style Flutter. And don't they just look like Flutter? They're so freaking pretty. I love them so much. But I'm going to go ahead and get you guys zoomed out, and I want to give you my thoughts on this. So I've had so much fun with this palette. I've created 4 looks, even though technically 2 were the same. But I think this is great quality. I've used probably every shade in here, if not every. I think I have used every shade, and I've had such a fun time with this. It's the same great quality that they always have. I am so in love with this color story. This is my favorite that they've released this year. I think it's so freaking beautiful. And again, I cannot wait to play with Not Normal, because that one is beautiful as well. But I cannot wait to be able to share this video with you guys. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this palette. I think it's so freaking fantastic. And like I mentioned, I think in look number 1, this is gonna be in the running for that #1 spot for palette of the year. It's just so good. I highly, highly recommend. And the packaging on the palettes are always 10 out of 10. And they all come packaged like this in these really cool boxes. And I do keep them all. They're like just some of the best packaging, I think, in the indie market. It's kind of like Adept, but I'm so glad that she sent this to me. I am honored to be on their PR list. You know, Unearthly is one of my top favorite brands, so they hold that spot for a very good reason. Their quality is just so freaking good. But let me know down below which look was your favorite. Let me know your thoughts on this, and if you plan on picking it up, I'll have like all of the information and stuff that I can find linked down below in the description box. I'll probably have to like update the description box later after I get like the pricing and all of that. But also you can use my code. It's AOML and it will save you 10% if you use it. Thank you so much, because it really helps me like support my channel. It supports me, plus it keeps me on the PR list. So I really do appreciate you guys so much. But leave me some spooky vibe emojis down below. Also, this palette is going to be so perfect for fall. I cannot wait to do my fall ranking next year, because there's been so many great releases and I've added quite a few to my collection. But let me know down below which look was your favorite. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and until next time, bye.